once again, we would like to welcome you. I trust that you had a fruitful week. And once again, we are here to study about leading a life group. And welcome to Leaders Equipping and Discipleship. So, a little bit of a review. Last week, we studied about discipleship according to Jesus. And we said, based on Mark chapter 1, verse 17, and Jesus said to them, "Follow me and I will make you fish for people." And based on this, we took up 3 ingredients of discipleship, which is submission, meaning committed to follow Jesus, transformation, meaning conformed to the character of Jesus, and multiplication, commissioned to make disciples for Jesus. And you have done such a wonderful job. I'd like to congratulate you for coming up with your very own definition in spite of the short time. We had haiku-inspired definition. We had a number of people giving out creative definitions for discipleship. But as we have said before, we would like to have just one definition for discipleship so that if we are going to make disciples, we are making sure that we have only one. We are thinking of the same thing. Like if we have a car, or say we are building a car, we will just be building the same car, the same ingredients into one car. Okay, so this is what we came up with. A number of you have your definitions actually very near to this one. So a disciple is a committed follower of Christ whose life is continually being transformed in conformity to his character and fulfill Christ's commission to disciple others to spiritual maturity. So that is our definition of discipleship. So committed follower of Jesus Christ whose life is continually being transformed in conformity to his character and fulfill Christ's commission to disciple others to spiritual maturity. And as I was reading some of the comments that you had in your Right Now media, the most difficult part here is what? Multiplication. Probably the most difficult part to fulfill here is because committed follower of Jesus Christ, that is something that, inherently we try to do. And also growing as a Christian. But fulfilling the commission to disciple others is something that we really need to step out of our comfort zone in order for us to probably do more effectively. If you will turn your Bibles to Matthew 28, verses 18 to 20, Matthew 28, 18 to 20. Some of you probably memorized this already. Okay, so if you will look at that passage, look at the passage again and see how many verbs you can discern from that passage. How many verbs can you discern from that passage? 4 verbs: go, make, baptize, teach, teaching them to obey everything I've commanded. So you can probably get around 4, okay, or 3 if you don't count obey, okay, because it's referring to another. It's just an parang adjective of teaching. Okay, but in the Greek, when you look at the Greek, it has only one. That passage has only one verb, and guess what that is? Nope. The verb is just make disciples. So when you look at the Greek, they say that that passage has only one verb, and you can quickly discern that verb, make disciples, is the center of the whole passage. So Jesus is saying to them, make disciples. And while you are making disciples, these are some of the things that you will do. Go, teach, baptize. But all of that is part of making disciples. So the central mission of the church really is to make disciples, meaning all of the activities of the church should be contributing to make disciples of all nations. And that's what Jesus was trying to do. So, while we have been effective, as we have discussed in our leadership planning meetings, we've been effective in serving the Lord, in growing, and probably in leaps and bounds. Our church has grown in character, in maturity, commissioning to disciple others. Taking it upon ourselves that we are not just here to be busy, to serve, but we are here to make disciples. That is something that we need to do and take more seriously. Okay. So, we are going to have a review further of what we studied last week.